I appreciate that, man. But that is my podcast. If you want to go check it out, I'll be plugging that a little bit more later. But we're done with that we're done with that plug right now. Instead, we're hopping into a best-of-5 set, ladies and gentlemen, in winners finals. Now, if this goes the way a lot of people think it might go, we might see ourselves a quick 3-0 right now on the part of MaverickHunter, because MaverickHunter is one of the best Mega Man players to touch the character, and this matchup is not good. So if Noot wins this, I'm gonna go ahead and say that he's a god, but we will not gonna count Noot out right yet, man. Final Destination, pretty decent stage for him, but by the time I finish this very long sentence, he's already at like 95%. So
yeah, this is Dedede struggles for a lot of reasons in this matchup. The obvious reasons is Mega Man has many options to deflect Gordo. They're very simple. The fact that Dedede is so big, and that all of Mega Man's moves, or several of them, have like multi-hits, really catches him a lot. Like you know what I mean? Like, he might live to 146, but you know he's going to be taking several hits. That won't make it any difference. How high that percent goes, he will die eventually, and not going to be from down air, but it will be from the Flame Sword.
Bread and butter, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, you know, in terms of living long enough, that's pretty much what Dedede's whole thing is that, like, he's so... And with Mega Man, with characters like Mega Man especially, you know, it's so easy to overwhelm him. You know, keep him up close, get that, you know, keep him at disadvantage, you know, out of shield game, not necessarily the best. Big, girthy character, one of the fastest fallers in the entire game, which means easy pickings for combo food. But he's always got that survivability factor to him as well, because he's the third heaviest character in the game. That's sort of been like the way that he's sort of negated that. But when you're dealing with that kind of insanely aggressive, oppressive pressure that already keeps Dedede at bay and what am I trying to say? It gives him a really hard time. And it's in terms of projectiles that Dedede can't punish if they're whiffed. That's just so rough.
Yeah, this is notoriously just one of those matchups in the game that's just, like, outright bad. Some of them, like there's a few of them, I don't know the examples of them, I know there are some bad ones, but this is one I could tell you with certainty is supposedly just very much awful for Dedede. Okay, so finally getting that first stock, not without a lot of damage done, though. See what Noot has up the sleeve, but right now things looking a little bit not great at the moment.
Yeah, got the shield on deck for the ledge there, right, though. Gordo sticking onto the ledge. Recent patch actually dictates that Dedede has a much higher percent of that Gordo actually sticking to the ledge now. More viable strategy on that front for sure, but I don't think that's going to stop MaverickHunter from just pressing every single attack button in his face and keeping that pressure on. I love that.
Wow.
Wedge is waiting for the roll-in out of disadvantage and catches him with the up smash. Dashing back in and out to sort of bait that on that front. You knew that he was going to be forced to press some button to get out of the corner. But I think MaverickHunter is just bored and decided to make this a little bit harder for himself, Chris.
I guess so, man. I mean, we'll see if that's of any consequence. I mean, you never know. Noot.
In this matchup, Noot will take that all the way to the bank.
That's what I mean. Like, you just never know.
We don't homie stock those. No, sir.
Okay, so Noot's sort of finding a little bit of a foothold in here. It may have been off the heels of an SD, but I mean, whatever. So, I mean, really all it takes is a big Dedede hit. Mega Man's really heavy, so it's going to have to be a really big hit, but not out of the realm of possibilities here. This is a best of 5, though, so...
Ooh, that's not the tech you want to miss, but he's still alive. I actually couldn't tell for a second. DIing to the left, I suppose, and this is now MaverickHunter's game to lose.
He did it.
Wow.
I mean,
you saw it here first.
The SD was a very big consequence, man. I mean, that's all there is to say.
Wow, that was just he was just so oppressive, MaverickHunter, throughout the entire game, and then off the results of an SD, he's gonna have to take that. Oh my God, drifting in with the back air right there, not resetting neutral from the ledge. I don't blame him. You know, like Dedede is the kind of character that, you know, Mega Man can just be so oppressive against. So sometimes you catch yourself holding in against him in the rare instances where you actually can't. You know what I mean? And from the ledge right there was one of those positions where you couldn't. This guy, Noot, he's a DDD main. He knows that people love to hold in on him and keep that pressure on out of disadvantageous situations from ledge. So you know he's going to be prepared for that. He's like, I'm DDD. People love to press buttons in my face because they usually can, so you best believe if you're a DDD main, you know those moments where they actually can't and where you actually can punish to the T. You don't let those slide. You have
to know all that stuff, and it wins you games. Just one Noot that game right now, so... you know, if all indications from game 1 are to stay true, you know, this is still very much... MaverickHunter set to lose, but it does look like, at the very least, Noot really figuring something out here in Maverick's play. Calling him out with the dash attack on the ledge, which will kill, man. That's a really good ledge option.
For sure, Marshan. For sure. But as the neutral resets, it just immediately gets back set in the favor of MaverickHunter. Question is how Noot is going to be able to really be the one to hold it down against a character like him. And that's the opposite of holding down, my friend. That's up. And jumping out of the up air tornado is Noot right there to make his way back up. That's hard, man. Because, you know, like, the optimal thing to do against the tornado is to SDI down, but it's still, you know, still going to launch you pretty high up if you're at high percent, and Noot is going to have to lose that stock for it.
Yeah, that move is definitely one that'll catch you in weird places. It's easy enough to get out of, but it's also easy enough to not get out of, as we just saw. So either way, that's going to be very much needed for MaverickHunter, who now does take the lead once again, and he's going to have to capitalize here, dude. Can't, you know, this is the thing. DDD's hammer is big, and Mega Man's heavy, but it's still going to kill him. And yeah, look out for the inhale, because that is another thing that can catch you, especially if you're throwing a lot of projectiles. So, you know, all it takes is one charged Mega Buster to get swallowed and thrown back at you, really.
It's a good point. You got to forget that move is technically a very elongated reflector. Back air going to do it, though. MaverickHunter now up. Now definitely his game to lose for sure. This is pretty much the same relative position he was in before he self-destructed last time. So he's just definitely got to take caution to the wind to not press too many buttons off of the level, knowing when he can and when he can't, and right there was one where he could, keeping that pressure on beautifully from a safe distance with the projectile down air. Not dying yet from this Gordo, though. Going low specifically to get around it, resets the stage control again in his favor. Ooh, clean wall jump right there to be able to get that forward air. You like, that was really good. That was a really good way for him to keep that pressure on out of the corner. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been able to get that forward air out just quickly enough. Definitely Mavericks to lose right here for sure, man. If Noot somehow takes this like he did the last time.
It's very possible. Very possible, Nootinist. I actually am a little bit... I actually don't think MaverickHunter's all too shaken. I think he knows what he's got to do. But I also know that it can go the other way. And, oh, it looks like it went the other way. Or it didn't go the other way. I don't know. Whatever the thing I said. The reverse said.
Is there something in, like, that bottom right corner of FD? Or something that's just really shiny, just like a treasure chest or something?
It's just like a vortex that just, like, gets you.
Maybe it's like a vortex that, like, shows, like, their deepest desires. Like, maybe Dr. Wily died or something, and it's just, like, Wily saying, like, Mega Man. Wait, that's not, he's not the... I'm thinking of Dr. Light. My bad. I actually just confused the two, didn't I?
Are you thinking of Mega Man 8 voice acting? It's like,
I was just assuming what their voices would sound like, if I was being honest.
Well, if you play Mega Man 8, you'll know, dude. Dr. Light kind of sounds like a drunk.
Right.
There's that, and then...
Ooh, Mega Man, like that, I assume?
No. He just, like, is literally just stumbling all over his words.
God.
Basically, it's pretty funny. I'll show you after the stream. It's
and if that vortex definitely showed what you want for DD, it was probably just, like, a sandwich.
All right, man. So 1-1 here.
Hey, I'm just saying, that's canon. He stole all the food in Dreamland once.
Yeah, that's true, dude. He does. Yeah. There's a lot of food in Dreamland, too. And he is a king, and he eats a lot. I still
even raised Kirby for food.
I brought this up earlier. This is kind of no context for the situation, but it's just something that's funny to me. I think about the time Glenn said that. Wow, that's quick. I think about the time Glenn said that DDD's carried and so carried, like he's literally carried to the stage.
Yes, I do believe he was losing to DDD quite frequently during that time.
That's so funny. Actually, I think. Oh no, he lost to Guerrero. It wasn't Noot. I do remember it was one
Yes.
of the DVDs of the DNA brackets.
Then he didn't stop tweeting about it for like a week and a half.
Yes, as he does.
As he is one to do in his Glintendo way.
All right, dude. I kind of like the strategy a little bit. It's sort of working from Noot, where he's just doing a lot of inhale and kind of catching MaverickHunter, whatever projectile he has lined up.
Yeah, I mean, to bring up Glintendo again, and it's relevant, don't worry. To bring up Glintendo again, I responded to that by saying, like, just straight up imagine having to play a character that has to respect Dedede's options. Because it couldn't be me. I play Mario and Palu.
Sure.
That's the thing. When you actually have to play neutral with Dedede, that is when he's able to just hit you 1 or 2 times and catch you by the ledge in that impossible situation once again. You know, with like just the up tilt, the up-angled Gordo toss over and over again, right? Mm-hmm. The key to beating a character like Dedede is to overwhelm him, to try to not let him play the game. He's one of the heaviest characters in the game, he's one of the biggest characters in the game, and he's one of the fastest fallers in the game. Actually, second fastest faller in the game, right behind Fox. So,
really?
Yes, sir.
That's crazy.
He falls like an anchor. And sinks like one, too.
I mean, he does have 3 jumps, I guess.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's just able to stay in the air a little bit longer. You know how DDDs love to just, like...
What?
Wait, as this back throw should take the stock. You know how DDDs love to just, like, hold themselves in the air with the multiple jumps and just wait to see what their opponent is going to do and then fall down with a forward air or back air? Very common thing for DDD. But like I said, all those elements combined just make DDD's disadvantaged state horrible. Like, you get him in the air, and he should necessarily never land against characters with oppressive frame data, you know, big hitboxes, you know, amazing juggling tools, all that good stuff. Mega Man's no exception. He's able to do that, but with projectiles, which is why me and Chris have been saying over and over throughout this set that this matchup is as bad as it is, because it is.
He was going to do it. He was going to use the Rush Coil. Finally, at least taking it out once. Could have almost gotten something off of that.
What is it with being like a blue mascot from a different game company that gives you these up Bs that are like springs that let you like ride opponents off the top?
Yeah, I guess that's true. Sonic as well. Okay.
I don't get it.
All right, then.
I think he air dodged off.
I think so, too. All right, then. So that is
number 4.
Yep, a 2-1 lead for MaverickHunter. After kind of a weird game 1, I'll say.
And to give you guys a little bit of a bracket update here, apparently Skidoo actually DQ'd.
Yeah,
that is the last thing I was hoping for
in
his set against Rivers, because an upset would have been hype. Rivers beating him would have been hype.
Rivers is just like, whew. Thank God.
I hate that character. Like, either way would have been hype, no matter which of the two of them won that set. And apparently it ended with Skidoo just DQing himself from the set. Or maybe it was like a lag test or something and he failed. I don't know. It could have been anything, but either way, that set wound up not happening, and Rivers is going to be up against Sword.
And Sword also beating Beast.
Yes.
Another thing to look at. So that's the bracket right now. We'll be seeing loser semis in a few minutes. Right now, we do have to get through this one. Still winners finals, game 4. This is best of 5. And looking like MaverickHunter's favor, mostly because this matchup isn't really the best for DDD, as we've mentioned a few times. But
yes.
You know, Noot does have that game 1 still, and has had a couple moments here where it does have MaverickHunter at least sweating for a moment. So we'll see if he's able to find anything or push us to another game or what happens.
Yeah. He did take one game, we can't forget that, but I mean, he did take it off of a self-destruct.
Yeah, that is,
yeah. Not to discredit Noot, of course, but, you know, still something to keep in mind right here. It's going to be important to think about on how he'll be able to take a game more authentically, I suppose. Just how he's going to be able to adapt, but it's... We mentioned over and over again, man. I don't even really want to say it again at this point. We know why this matchup is bad. Mega Man can just oppress the hell out of DDD from a safe distance. Make sure he doesn't land, you know, keep him at bay with projectiles. Keep him at bay with safe disjoints as well. Over and over again. You gotta be a really, really patient DDD player to try to play your way around that, or sort of tank your way through it like Noot is doing right now, man. Finally getting that first stock, but hanging up at 160 because of it. That's the thing, you know, you push your way all that through. You try to hold in against Mega Man, you'll just die like as soon as he respawns, potentially. I don't know, man.
Yeah, it is tricky, right? Because, yeah, you find your foothold one way, and then it kind of just goes away really quick. Well, I know is one of these guys is a big fan of Three Houses, because this is the second time we're hearing the theme song. Final D, and then
I'm pretty sure doesn't your music also affect that?
I don't have any default set for. Oddly enough, I actually don't have any default set for Battlefield. It's just whatever the random is.
Well, I was about to say, if you did, then this would certainly be it. So I got a little sus of you, Chris.
No, there's other Fire Emblem songs that are way better than this.
I got a little sus.
Oh.
There you go. Jump rope over the pellets. Grab that metal blade. Throw another one down as Mega Man is one to do.
Yeah, landing up there is actually really good against these big bodies, especially as shields start to dwindle, because it will poke. Oh my god. You just stay there like that?
Ugh.
I didn't know that. I thought it would have hit him upon activation. I honestly think MaverickHunter wasn't sure about that either. We just kind of took his chance, and it worked
Wasn't
out.
that his Gordo?
Was it his Gordo? If it was his Gordo,
didn't he like
then that's
reflect it
fine.
back into the stage?
Oh, okay. Then if that's what happened, then okay, that's fine.
I think it's what happened. I can't think of any other explanation myself.
Because I
I
would
would also be
him.
very impressed
I
as to
would've
see
hit
how
him.
Noot somehow stuck the Gordo to the ledge from the stage.
Yeah, to be fair, I looked away from the screen and looked back, and that's what I saw. But
I mean, don't get me wrong. If he did that, if there's a way to do it and Noot figured it out, he's a god. But like, still, oh god. And that's Dedede pressure for you to a T, man. You got a projectile that does more than 2%, which is most projectiles. You can just chuck that right back at that Gordo and reflect it back at Dedede. If he's not prepared to suck it back up, you best believe that he's going to be put into a really bad spot off the level on his own accord. This is looking like it could be game, set, and match for MaverickHunter.
Yeah.
Narrowly shielding that Mega Buster's Noot right there. There's only one stock apiece, man. And now it's no stocks apiece.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
That's going to be...
That's it. Show's over.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone. Watching on YouTube.
See you next week.
Bye.
No, so that's
MaverickHunter wins the tournament.
yeah, dude. Winner's side grands could be playing against, could be seeing Noot again. Could be playing against Rivers. Could be playing
Should have
against
pulled
Sword.
up the outro
Yeah.
real quick.
But we,
like
yeah.
real quick, and then immediately cancel it. Be like, just kidding.
You mean
Can
like,
you actually? Is that a thing? I don't know.
what, like this?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, just pull that up. Like, pull that up real quick. All right, guys, bye.
See ya.
Oh no, just kidding, just kidding. Master
man.
Hand, go back in your hole where you came from.
From whence you came.
No, we are not done yet. MaverickHunter beating Noot as seeded. 3-1, I should say, securing grand finals winner's side. He needs only three more games to win the tournament. That's a good feeling. That's a really good feeling,
Yeah,
guys,
when
when
you
you're
put
just
it
like,
that way.
I just need to do it three. That's literally what it is. It's literally only 3 more games to win the bracket. So that's, if you do think about it in that sense, you're breathing, like you're nervous sitting at like at the setup and whatnot. You're just like, okay, 3 more. When you're actually in the zone in that way and you feel the crowd behind you at an IRL event and whatnot, you feed off of all of that. There's nothing like actually being truly immersed in the game in those kinds of settings where there's so much on the line, but you're not thinking about it. It's just another match, then that's how you get to be amazing competitors like the ones you guys